There is no discrimination here. No executives. No ego. The fan base is united. This move will succeed. In his name.
This 4-hour behemoth of a movie is finally out for the audience to see, and this movie was epic, and you honestly think why we didn't get this movie in the first place. But looking at research and how things are going, it seems the executives didn't want Zack Snyder to do this kind of movie in the first place. That's why they rejected it. But then again, they're seeing tweets about discrimination and all that going behind the scenes, and it's a shame. But speaking about the movie in particular, Zack Snyder's Justice League, the movie was epic. A major gripe about the movie was its runtime. 4 hours was quite a long time, but it's understandable because it took time to develop certain characters which didn't get development previously, which is understandable, but certain scenes could have been cut out. For example, this scene on top of my head, this scene, for example, where the woman was singing for Aquaman as he enters the water and this one man smelled his shirt. That whole scene could have been cut out to save like 2 minutes or so, because like, god damn it, that scene was weird as F. But Zack Snyder is an artist and he does pay attention to the little details. So looking at the movie with its music score and in certain scenes, he's trying to put you in a certain state, which worked quite well until it didn't because of his overuse of slow motion. The slow motion in this movie was annoying, especially at the first half of the movie, the first hour mark. The slow motion the slow-mo, I freaking hated the slow-mo at the first half of the movie. Like, there were too many scenes that had slow-mo. Even scenes that did not need to have slow-mo had slow-mo. And watching that thing, like, let's speed this movie up, man. Like, because the movie takes a while to build up, but it's quite infectious because when it does, you can't stop watching. And funny enough, at this point, we love to see the Snyderverse. We love to watch his characters and how they develop and how they progress the story. But then again, to hell with the slow motion, man. I really hated that slow motion. Anyways, moving on. Cyborg had the biggest development of them all, and this line Zack Snyder has used and all other reviewers are using, that he was the heart of the movie, and it's honestly quite true. He was the heart of this movie. You understand his motivation, you understand his purpose, his heart and everything, how he tries to be a good person, even though he has been now turned into a monster or a hybrid, and you know, he's trying his best. But then again, all those scenes were cut out. Now he's immensely powerful and he has the power to do the right thing. Moving on. Barry is still the comedic relief of the movie. But then again, I think people underestimate how freaking powerful Barry Allen is. Not even Barry Allen in the movie, but Barry Allen the Flash. Flash is one of the most powerful DC heroes. And this movie actually let that sink in because of what he did. We know he ran back in time to reverse the Justice League from there, even though they failed, right? Spoiler warning. But in the process, if you watch the visuals of how that happened, he stopped time first and decided to run into the void or the speed force or the light. And as he ran, the reality started forming back under his feet. Like, when you experience something like that, you just wonder how far this boy's powers can go. And he's just starting out and it's so amazing as a beginner. Whilst I was watching him do it, I was shouting, "Run, Barry, run."
Now run, Barry, run.
Because it was so amazing. Superman came back in the black suit as strong as ever. But then again, it didn't really mean anything. It was more of a cosmetic change. But it could have. Here's my interpretation. When he came back, he didn't recognize anyone. He was going on a rampage, right? So he saw Lois. His memory started to come back to him. He never spoke until they reached home, where he said, "This is home." And she said, "You spoke." And he was like, "Did I not before?" it means things are starting to get back to him. So they could have explained it in a way that since he's still regaining his memories and stuff like that, he's regaining his strength too. So as he puts on the black suit, he can go into the sun, which will help him absorb more solar radiation like the comics. It means he's not at his full power, even though he's able to body Steppenwolf, and that would have been a much better interpretation. I think I'm the only one who actually likes Steppenwolf. I think more than he should in this movie. I like him from his design to his backstory to his motivation. First off, when I saw his design at first, I thought it was a bit too much over the top. But when you see it in action, the way the metal retracts and comes back together, whilst he's battling, it forms, whilst he's like in the presence of Darkseid, it retracts. And there's this thing about the visuals, when you see his face, with or without the armor, his eyes were so majestic. I don't know, I was just so caught by his eyes. He had this innocence. Like, I was always looking at his eyes. He just wanted to go back home. And it's honestly a shame he died, but I don't know, it was just a thrill. In the nightmare sequence, you get to see Batman and his band of quote-unquote Suicide Squad or New Justice League with Deathstroke, Mira, the Atlantean, Cyborg, and the Flash, and one guest appearance from the Joker. It seems before this scene happens, Deathstroke was planning with Luthor to form a sort of Injustice League. By the nightmare sequence, we can see that he's on Bruce's side, because they have failed and Darkseid got the anti-life equation and the world has gone to shit. And Mira, with her British accent, which actually quite fits way better, is angry that Arthur is dead, I think. And we get to see a little banter between Bruce and Joker, which was quite needed. Because like, all these little scenes were just expanding on the world. And you're just left to wonder, because this was a cliffhanger. What happens next? If there's ever going to be a next. And if you enjoyed this movie at least as half as I did, you would want to see a next. Because funny enough, there are many stories they can adapt continuing from here. And people are making their own theories and speculations. Some people think it will go similarly to the world of the Apocalypse War in the DC animated universe movie, or the Darkseid War from the comics, or like anything can happen. And it's really crazy. There's even a rumor about Bruce being the next one to die, saving the world. And it's honestly crazy because we didn't get to see any Green Lanterns except for the first Green Lantern during the war. I wanted to see some Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner or even John Stewart. Or maybe they can go a different route and bring Karina. Any Green Lantern in the movie or in the league is well appreciated. So that's it. Justice League. My thoughts about it. The movie was epic. I loved the movie. It was too long for me. Certain scenes could have been cut out. The slow-mo could have moved faster. But it doesn't stop you from enjoying the movie, because the movie is really good and enjoyable. And I'm glad we got to see Zack Snyder's version come to fruition. Anyways, be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and let me know your comments about the movie. I'll see you guys next time.
I am entropy. I am